Here he is right now, the man with the plan, Willie Waffle, wafflemovies.com. Before you go to the movies, check in with Willie's website, and he'll prevent you from wasting your time. Good morning, Willie. How are you?
Well, good morning. I'm doing fine. How are you guys doing today?
Good. What are your thoughts? I mean, we just found in the grocery store here, these are eggs that have already been colored for Easter, and you just get to buy them, and they're already colored. You don't have to worry about taking them home and dipping them in the dye or anything like that.
That just sounds like an awesome idea. Listen, if you want to sit around and color the eggs with your kids, I think it's great. It's wonderful. Yes. It creates those memories for a lifetime. But there are some of us who just don't care.
And to be able to have that non-caring option, to me, is really special.
Then you shouldn't have eggs. Then you shouldn't have the eggs.
So you have to earn the Easter eggs, is what Christina's trying to say.
I say, listen, even if you have kids, because if you have the colored eggs that are already colored for you, it gives you more time to hug your children.
No.
Right.
Wow, that's a stretch.
Yeah,
well, also, too, if you love it so much, you can apply for a job at Hannaford, and you can be the official egg colorer.
You could color all day long. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, Willie, we have a couple of this is out of the Divergent series. Allegiant?
God,
what is this?
Yeah, the Allegiant. This is number 3 in the Divergent movies, and my God, if you haven't caught the Divergent fever by now, just consider yourself lucky, and please tell me where I can find the remedy. These things are getting worse.
Yeah.
The whole series is just kind of crawling along. It feels like they keep adding to it, not because it makes the story better, not because there's something special about it, but because, hey, if we can get another book out of it or we can get another movie out of it, we'll make a lot of money.
This is what you can tell the movies that only care about making money. I mean, I understand it's important, but when it's only about just, hey, let's push this thing out and make some money.
Yeah, I mean, they have this twist that comes out of completely left field. I mean, I could sit here, I could tell you what the plot is, but it's like if you try to explain a soap opera to somebody that hasn't watched it for 3 years,
right.
They're not going to catch up and they're not going to care. And there's not a lot to care about here. I mean, the whole thing is just a jumbled mess of a plot. They're trying to find some sort of story, some way to feature each of the major characters, but it's meaningless. It lacks any depth. It just feels like even the action scenes, even the special effects are all moving at a turtle's pace. It is boring. It is futile. I am praying to God this is the beginning of the end for the teen dystopian post-apocalyptic movie genre.
And this is part 1 of the part 2 of a 2-part finale, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be another one.
They're going to have the grand finale next year. Oh, we're all waiting with bated breath for that.
What are you giving this work of art?
Half a waffle.
Half a waffle.
Wow.
So, Willie, are there actually people that are enjoying these films? Like, is there a big fan following? How do they do at the box office?
Oh, yeah. They're very popular among tweens, especially lady tweens. So they're going to have their chance to go enjoy their movie. I mean, I guess they when I talk about the Divergent movie, I talk about it in ways that they probably talk about Star Wars. Like they're like, this is our Star Wars, so just back off, fat man.
Listen, Divergent. So this is called Allegiant, which is misery. It sounds like it's a movie of misery, which reminds me of the time I flew Allegiant Air and was stuck at the airport forever. And, yeah, it's a $50 ticket, but by the time you're done paying the fees, you pay more than had you flown American. Don't even get me started. Here we go with the next movie, Miracles from Heaven. Good morning, Willie. What do you have?
Well, yeah, this one's a little bit better. This is Jennifer Garner playing this Texas mom who's dedicated to her husband. She's dedicated to her 3 girls, and she's dedicated to Jesus. But one day, one of the middle girl kind of gets this horrible digestive issue. It's almost like a disease or just kind of things aren't working right, and it's so bad that there's no cure, and the poor little girl is just hovering near death. And then she has a horrible accident, and everything is cured, and no one can believe why. Nobody can understand why. And when she tries to explain it, there's a little bit of controversy.
Oh.
And I think the movie is a little bit slow, but it's a very emotional movie. It's hard not to feel something for the little girl. It's hard not to feel some sort of sympathy for the mother, for this family going through this horrific, horrific tragedy. But, also keep in mind, it is a story about faith. It is a story about what do you believe in the face of horrible circumstance? What do you believe about what's happening to you on the other side? What do you believe about whether or not there is a God? If you're not comfortable with that, hey, Divergent's playing down the hall. Have fun going to see that movie. Miracles from Heaven, I'm going to say 2.5 waffles.
Wow. And is this based on a true story?
It is based on a true story. This mother has written the book about what happened to them and to their little girl and how she explained why she was cured.
Yeah, you got to wonder on these. You see many of these cases, these things that pop up, and you just kind of sit there and wonder how and why. How does that happen? So, all right, good
you
stuff.
wonder how and why, and you hope it's not a scam. You want to believe that something good is happening.
I bet they don't pre-color their eggs in that family.
They don't go to the grocery store.
God-fearing Americans, they dip those eggs in the little tablet with the water, and they color them the way they're supposed to.
Willie, good stuff. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you so much. It's wafflemovies.com before you go to the movies. And as always, we appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
You guys, I'll talk to you next week.
Willie Waffle. Hold tight. We'll come right back here, and it's a Friday morning. Lots to get into next hour. Tim Reed is in studio. Big weekend, folks. If you want to get into the Boilermaker, it'll be probably by early next week. This is all going to be sold out. You won't be able to get in. Deborah Glick is coming on. She's the assemblywoman that is fighting legalization of mixed martial arts in New York State. And she's really working hard to get other legislators to follow suit and vote this thing down in the Assembly next week. And for the first time, he's running for Congress for Richard Hanna's seat, Stephen Wells, who's been endorsed by the Oneida County Republican Party. He is on the air. We're going to meet Stephen Wells coming up this hour on WIBX.